here you are, Mark. You, you were able to be a servant to mom for 3 years after. You place all of that knowledge, the insights that you've gained in a book. Talk to us about the journey of that and the worlds that it opened up for you as a result of that. You putting pen to paper, as they say.
Well, I've always enjoyed recording family history. So I only had 8 days with my dad. I got that call from the same brother back in 1997. I only had 8 days, but I took a lot of notes because, again, I didn't know how long I was going to be with him. And I wrote jokes and screenplays and things like that in Hollywood. So writing was kind of second nature. And I knew this was going to be important. So there were certain moments with my dad and then certainly with my mom that I didn't want other family members to miss. And
Yeah.
I didn't want to forget. So I took notes. I took a lot of photographs. I took videos of our experience together. And while I was doing this, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. But while I was doing it, I had some friends going through similar situation with their folks. And so I would share some of my tips and tricks with them that I've learned and experienced, and they seemed to get some benefit out of it. And so I said, I think a book is going to be the best way to get this out there and share this experience. And it's not I don't call it a how-to book. It's what I did book, which was very unique, being a guy with no children and never married and any of that stuff. But my approach was somewhat unique. But there's a lot of flashbacks to our family history and things that help pave the way for me taking on this role. And a lot of that came from my mom and my dad. So the book, it's called Cup of Tea on the Commode. And my mom's favorite beverage was hot tea, skim milk, no sugar. And one day while we were on the morning ritual on the commode, sometimes Mother Nature took a little longer than was comfortable for either one of us. So I offered a cup of tea kind of as a silly gesture, and she said, sure. And it became a hit and a staple. So Cup of Tea on the Commode is the title of the book. And and so memoir was going to be the genre that I thought would be best to get out there. And I never wrote memoir before, so I do what I normally do. I did research and then started studying, and I had a memoir coach that I study with and started writing. I needed some, I had all the notes, and whenever I would come up with an idea, I would jot it down, but I needed separation from the emotional event. So it was a couple years later. Actually, I moved to France, and Mom passed away in 2014, and I moved to France in 2016. The distance, time-wise, and also miles, gave me the opportunity